Hello everyone. Today we are going to deal with time series. Time series play an important role in statistics, economics and business. Actually, time series is used for future prediction and evaluating the past performance. For future prediction, first you have to collect the data. The data collected, observed and recorded in a specified interval of time is called time series data. Now let us discuss the meaning of time series. Arrangement of statistical data in chronological or in accordance with the time is known as time series. Arrangement of statistical data in chronological or in accordance with the time is known as time series. The essential requirement of time series are: as far as possible, the time gap between the various values must be equal. The time gap between the various values must be equal. If you are taking 5 years gap, then you have to continue with 5 years only. You cannot change the time gap. Next one is, it must consist of homogeneous set of values. And third one, data must be available for a large period of time. Next is histogram. Histogram. Histogram means a graphical representation of time series is called histogram. A graphical representation of time series is called histogram. A graphical representation of time series is called histogram. Uses of time series. So, first one is, it helps in planning and forecasting business activities. Next, it helps in understanding past behavior and it will be helpful for estimating future behavior. It helps in understanding past behavior and it will be helpful for estimating future behavior. Now, comparison from one period to another period is possible using time series. Comparison for one period to another period is possible using time series. Then we can evaluate the progress of any kind of economical activities. We can evaluate any kind of the progress of any kind of economic activities. Next one is component of time series. There are 4 components of time series, for time series, that is secular trend, seasonal variation, cyclical variation and irregular variation. Components of time series are secular trend, seasonal variation, cyclical variation and irregular variation. Let us see one by one. Secular trend. So, general tendency of time series data to increase or to decrease or to remain constant for a long period of time is called secular trend. The general tendency of time series data to increase or to decrease or to remain constant for a long period of time is called secular trend. The secular trend is a long term variation. Now, example for secular trend is population of India is increasing in the past many years. It shows upward trend. Population of India is increasing in the past many years. It shows upward trend. Another example, death rate is decreasing for the past many years. So, it shows a downward trend. Secular trend means the general tendency of time series data to increase or to decrease or to remain constant for a long period of time is called a secular trend. Next, seasonal variation. Seasonal variation, the regular, periodic and short-term variation in a time series is called seasonal variation. The regular, periodic and short-term variation in a time series is called seasonal variation. The factors causing for seasonal variations are climate and weather conditions. Second one, customs, traditions and habits of people. Habits of people are the causes of seasonal variation. So, the regular, periodic and short term variation in a time series is called seasonal variation. The causes for seasonal variations are climate and weather conditions. Second one, customs, traditions and habits of people. Now, example is, there is a great sale of ice creams and cool drinks in summer season. That is example for seasonal variation. And next, third one is cyclical variation. Cyclical variation is an oscillatory variation which occurs in 4 stages. It is an oscillatory variation which occurs in 4 stages. That is prosperity, decline, and third one is depression, and fourth one is improvement. Are the 4 stages of cyclical variation. This is very important. Prosperity, decline, depression and improvement are the 4 stages of cyclical variation. Now, we will draw the business cycle. Business cycle. Prosperity, decline, then depression, then improvement. So, these type of variation occurs in economic and business activity. These type of variation, that is cyclical variation, occurs in economic and business activities. And next one is irregular or random or also known as erratic variation. That is sudden unexpected variations occurred in time series is known as irregular variation. Sudden or unexpected variations occurring in time series, that is known as irregular or random or erratic variations. Now, causes for irregular variations are war, flood, strike, earthquake, etc. are the causes for irregular variations. Now, example is sudden increase in death rate, sudden increase in death rate due to flood. That is example for irregular variation. We can give one more example. Sudden increase in price of vegetables, due to Bandh call. Example for irregular variation. So, there are 4 components: secular trend, seasonal variation, cyclical variation and irregular variation. Next is measurement of secular trend. There are 4 methods: a graphical method, semi-average method, moving average method and least square method. Now, let us discuss one by one. First one is graphical method. Graphical method. This is the very simplest method to find the trend. Here times are taken along horizontal axis, times are taken along horizontal axis and values are taken along vertical axis. Times are taken along horizontal axis and values are taken along vertical axis. This is the very simplest method to find the trend. In this graphical method, datas are plotted using original data. Datas are plotted using original data. Now, let us consider an example. Fit a trend line to the following data by graphic method. Fit a trend line to the following data by the method of graphic. Along x-axis, you have to consider the years, that is 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008 and 2009. And along y-axis, so values are 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 and 130. Now, 2003 corresponding value is 65. So, mark that 2003 corresponding is 65. Next is 2004 corresponding value is 95. 2004 corresponding is 95. Mark that. Then 2005, that is 85. 2005, 85. Yes. Next is 2006, that is 115. 2006, 115. And 2007, that is 110. And 2008, it is 120. 120 and 2009, it is 130. Now, join the points. So, this is known as histogram. This line is histogram. Histogram. Next, you have to mark the trend line. Is dotted lines like this. This is the trend line. See, one of the disadvantage or demerit of this graphical method is, see, the trend line varies from person to person. Trend line will vary from person to person for the same data. Next example, fit a trend line to the following data by graphical method. Now, years and productions are given. So, draw the graph. So, along x-axis, you have to take years, that is 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004 till 2009. Now, along y-axis, you have to take production. Years along x-axis and y-axis production. Now, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 and 26 along y-axis. Now, mark the histogram, that is 2001. 2001 corresponding is 20, mark that. 2002 corresponding value is 22 and 2003 corresponding is 24, 2004 is 21 and 2005 is 23, 2006 is 25, 2007 23, 2008 is 26 and 2009 is 25. Now, join the points. Like this. That is histogram. This line is known as histogram. Now I have to mark the trend line. So this is the trend line. Trend line. Next one is semi-average method. Semi-average method. Semi-average method. In semi-average method, here observations are divided into equal parts. Observations are dividing into equal parts, then averaging. That is known as semi-average method. Observations are dividing into equal part and finding the averages. That is known as semi-average method. This method is easy comparing to moving averages and least square method, and it is flexible also. So we are not using mathematical formula in this semi-average method. Now let us consider one example. Draw a trend line by the method of semi-averages. Semi-averages, that is year, uh, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009 and 2010. And next column sales. It is 110, 105, 115, 110, 120 and 130. So draw a trend line by the method of semi-averages. What you have to do is, first you have to find the trend. Okay. So first you have to divide the observations into equal parts. Dividing the observations into equal parts. So dividing the observations into equal parts. Then find the trend. That is, first you have to add all the observations, that is 110 plus 115, 105 plus 115, that comes 330, 330, then 110 plus 120 plus 130, that is equal to 360. Next you have to find the average of this, that is you have to divide by 3. How many observations are there? 1, 2, 3. So 330 divided by 3, 330 divided by 3, that is 110. Next is 110 plus 120 plus 130 plus 130, that is equal to 360. Next you have to divide by 3. Now to find the averages, that is 120. Your answer is 120. So you have to divide the observations into equal parts, then you have to find the average for that part. So 110 plus 105 plus 115, that comes 330 dividing by 3, that is 110. Next part, that is 110 plus 120 plus 130, that is 360 divided by 3 is 120. Next we will draw the graph. So along x axis I am taking years 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009 and 2010, and along y axis 100, 105, 110, 115, 120, 125 till 135. Till 135. Now 2005 corresponding, first you have to plot for original data. 2005 corresponding value is 110, 2005 corresponding is 110. Next is 2006, corresponding value is 105. Next 2007, 2007 corresponding is 115. Then 2008, 2008 corresponding is 110. Then 2009, 2009 corresponding is 120. Then 2010 corresponding is 130. So we will get histogram here, that is histogram. Okay. Next you have to mark 2006 corresponding 110, 2006 corresponding 110 for trend line, 2006 corresponding 110, mark 110, and 2009 corresponding value is 120, 120, mark that. So, we will get the trend like this, that is a trend line, trend line. Next example, draw a trend line by the method of semi-averages. So, year and sales are given. The next column is trend, finding trend. Now, what is the first step? You have to divide the observations into equal parts, but the number of observation is 9 here. So, you cannot divide into equal parts. So, what you have to do is you have to skip the middlemost observation, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth observation. So, left out, fifth observation left out. Then you have to find the averages for these values. Okay. Now, 412 plus 438 plus 444 plus 454 divided by, what is the number of observation here? 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 4, and your answer will be 437. Your answer will be 437. And next part, find the average for next part, that is 480 plus 490 plus 500 plus 530 divided by, yes, number of observation is 4 here, and dividing by 4, and your answer will be 500. 480 plus 490 plus 500 plus 530 divided by 4, and your answer will be 500. Now, we will draw graph for this. First you have to draw original data, that is histogram, 2002, 2002 till 2010, 2002, 2003, 2010, and along y axis 400, 420, 440, 460, 480, 500 till 540, 500, 520 and 540. Now, mark the values. 2002 corresponding is 412, 2002 corresponding is 412, and 2003 corresponding value is 438, 438. Then 2004 corresponding is 444, and 2005 corresponding value is 454. Then 2006 is 470, mark 470. Then 2007, that is 480, 480. 2008, 490, 2008 is 490. Then 2009, 500. The last one is 530. Join the lines. That is histogram. Next, the trend value is 437. So, you have to mark 2004 corresponding is 437. 2004 corresponding is 437. Like this. And next one, 2009 corresponding is 500. 2009 corresponding value is 500. Now join this, you will get the trend line, that is trend line. Next one is moving average method, moving average method. Moving average method. This is very simple method to find the trend. It is also based on arithmetic mean. This method is also based on arithmetic mean. Here time points will be given in the question. According to that you have to find the trend values. Okay. Now let us go for an example. Calculate 3 yearly moving averages. Calculate 3 yearly moving averages. Year and number of students are given. Now you have to find 3 yearly moving total, 3 yearly moving total, and last how to find the trend. 3 yearly moving total and last you have to find the trend. Now, so years and number of students are given, 3 yearly moving total. So, you have to consider first 3 values. What are the first 3 values? 15, 18 and 17. That is 15 plus 18 plus 17. That is 50. Then next consider next 3 values, that is 18 plus 17 plus 20, that you have to write here, 18 plus 17 plus 20. Next 3 values are 17 plus 20 plus 23, 17 plus 20 plus 23, that is 17 plus 20 plus 23. Next consider next 3 values, 20 plus 23 plus 25, 20 plus 23 plus 25. Next consider next 3 values, 23 plus 25 plus 29, 23 plus 25 plus 29. Next again 3 values, 25 plus 29 plus 23, 25 plus 29 plus 33. And next 3 values, 29 plus 33 plus 36. Okay, next 3 values are 33 plus 36 plus 40. Next you cannot consider 2 values because you need 3 yearly moving average total. Okay. Now the answer will be, your answer will be, first one is 50, next is 55, then 60, 68, then 77, 87, then 98 and 109. Then find the trend. Now how to find the trend? So you have to divide by 3, number of observations, that is 50 divided by number of observation is 3. Next one 55 divided by 3. Next 60 divided by 3, then 68 divided by 3, then 77 divided by 3, then 87 divided by 3, then 98 divided by 3, the last one is 109 divided by 3. Your answer will be 16.667 and second one 18.33, then 20, then 22.667, then 25.667, then 29, then 32.667, 36.33. So, you have to write the conclusion for this problem. This is very important problem, usually asked for 5 marks. So, conclusion, you can see that trend values are increasing here 16, 18, 20, 22, 25, 29, 32 and 36. So, your conclusion is the data shows upward trend, data shows upward trend. A conclusion is data shows upward trend. So, you have to write the conclusion, that is compulsory. Let us consider next example. Find 5 yearly moving averages for the following time series. So, years and values are given here. So, you have to find 5 yearly moving averages. So, column is 5 yearly moving sums, and last find the trend. 5 yearly moving sums and trend. In this case, you have to consider 5 values, that is 10 plus 15 plus 18 plus 21 plus 25, 5 values. 10 plus 15 plus 18 plus 21 plus 25. Find the total there and consider next 5 values, that is 15 to 30. 15 plus 18 plus 21 plus 25 plus 30. And next consider next 5 values, that is 18 to 33. 18 plus 21 plus 25 plus 30 plus 33. Then next 5 values, 21 plus 25 plus 30 plus 33 plus 40. The next 5 values are 25 plus 30 plus 33 plus 40 plus 50. Now find the total. The total is first one is 89 and second 109, 127, 149 and 178. Now find the trend values. How to find trend values? We have to divide it by 5. So, you are considering 5 values here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 89 divided by 5. The next one is 109 divided by 5. Next 127 divided by 5. Then 149 divided by 5. Then 178 divided by 5. So, your answer will be 17.8, next is 21.8, then 25.4, 29.8 and 35.6. Now, what is your conclusion here? So, values are increasing. So, the data shows upward trend, data shows upward trend. Write the conclusion. Data shows, above data shows upward trend, upward trend.